This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Max and Mia podcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Mia. Thanks for joining us today. We're really glad to have you here.
So, today we've got a listening challenge that'll take you through various levels, starting from A2 and working our way up to B2.
Exactly. And here's the thing. We'll be using words that sound incredibly similar, sometimes almost identical. Your job is to figure out which one we're actually saying based on the context.
Right. So, it's not just about hearing the words, it's about understanding the situation, the meaning behind them. That's what'll help you catch the right one.
If you need the transcript or want to jump to a specific section, just check the description below. You'll find timestamps there, so you can replay any part as many times as you need.
All right then, let's see how sharp your ears are today. Ready, Mia?
Ready when you are. Let's get started.
All right, so for this first level, you'll hear Luke and Aaron at a restaurant deciding what to eat. Listen carefully to the words. Some of them sound very similar.
Exactly. Just focus on the context and you'll be fine. Let's listen.
This place looks nice. I've never been here before.
Yeah, my coworker told me about it last week. She said the food is really good.
Cool. I'm so hungry right now. I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
Me neither. I woke up late and had to rush to work.
Same here. So what are you thinking? What looks good to you?
I don't know yet. There are so many options. Do you want to share something?
Sure, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we can order a few different things and try them together.
Perfect. Oh, look, they have chicken parmesan here. That's one of my favorites.
Chicken parmesan is always good, but I'm kind of in the mood for something lighter today. What about pasta?
Pasta works for me. They have a lot of different types here. Oh, and they also have soup if you want to start with that.
Soup could be nice, actually. It's pretty cold outside today.
Yeah, it is. I was freezing on my way here. What kind of soup do they have?
Let me see. Tomato, vegetable, and chicken noodle. Which one do you prefer?
Tomato soup sounds perfect. We can share a bowl and then order our main dishes.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, look over there. You can see into the kitchen from here.
Oh, wow, you're right. That kitchen looks like complete chaos right now. There are so many people working.
Yeah, it's really busy. I guess that's a good sign, though. Means the food is popular.
True. They must have a lot of orders today. It's lunchtime, so that makes sense.
For sure. All right, so we're getting tomato soup to share. What about the main course?
I'm thinking about the seafood pasta. It has shrimp and mussels. That sounds delicious.
Ooh, that does sound good. I might get the same thing, or maybe the lasagna. I can't decide.
Get the lasagna and we can share both. That way we can try more food.
Good idea. And what about drinks? Just water?
Water is fine for me. Maybe some lemonade too, if they have it.
Nice. Oh, I just realized something. Do you want dessert after this?
Dessert? I mean, maybe. Let's see how we feel after the meal. I don't want to get too full.
That's fair. But their dessert menu looks really good. They have tiramisu and chocolate cake.
Okay, you're making me want dessert now. Let's just decide after we eat.
Deal. I think our waiter is coming over now.
Finally, I'm getting more hungry by the minute.
Me too. All right, let's order.
Okay, so that wasn't too difficult, right?
Hopefully not. But let's talk about some of those tricky words you just heard.
Right. So one pair that came up was chicken and kitchen. These two sound pretty similar, especially for non-native speakers.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Context is your best friend. When Aaron said, "That kitchen looks like complete chaos right now," it's pretty obvious she's talking about the place where they cook the food, not the animal.
Right. It would be really weird if she was talking about a chicken looking chaotic.
Another pair we heard was soup and soap. Now, technically, they didn't say soap in this conversation, but imagine if someone said, "I want to eat some soap." That would be very strange.
Yeah, soap is what you use to wash your hands, not something you eat. So again, context helps you understand which word makes sense.
Exactly. And we also had hungry mentioned several times. This one sounds similar to angry, but they're completely different meanings. Luke said he was hungry because he didn't eat breakfast. He wasn't upset, he just needed food.
Right. Though sometimes when people are really hungry, they can get a bit angry too.
True, that's what some people call hangry, hungry and angry at the same time.
The key takeaway here is, if you're not 100% sure which word you heard, think about what makes sense in the situation. The context will almost always guide you to the right answer.
All right, so that was level A2. Now let's move up a bit. Ready for B1?
Let's do it. For this next one, we'll hear a casual conversation between two coworkers at the office. The vocabulary gets a little more challenging, so pay close attention.
Here we go.
Hey Ryan, do you have a minute? I need some help with this spreadsheet.
Sure, what's going on? Is it giving you trouble again?
Yeah, I've been working on it for the past hour, and I can't figure out why the numbers aren't adding up correctly.
Let me take a look. Okay, so what exactly is the problem?
Well, I'm trying to calculate the quarterly revenue, but when I run the formula, it keeps showing an error message.
Did you check if all the cells are formatted properly? Sometimes Excel acts up when the formats are mixed.
I thought about that, but I'm pretty sure everything is set to currency, unless I missed something.
Here, let me scroll down and see. Oh, wait, I think I found it. Look at this cell right here. It's formatted as text instead of numbers.
Oh my God, you're right. I can't believe I didn't catch that. I've been staring at this sheet for so long that everything started to blur together.
That happens to everyone. It's easy to miss small details when you've been looking at the same thing for too long.
Thanks for catching that. I was starting to get really frustrated. I thought I'd have to redo the whole thing from scratch.
No problem. Just change that cell to number format and you should be good to go.
Perfect. There we go. Oh, it's working now. Finally.
See? Easy fix. Sometimes it's just a matter of having fresh eyes look at it.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of work stuff, did you get that message from Jennifer about the meeting tomorrow?
Which message? She sent me like 5 emails today.
About moving the meeting to the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. She wants to push it back to 3 o'clock because the client can't make it in the morning.
Exactly. That actually works better for me anyway. I have a dentist appointment at 10, so I was worried about making it back in time.
That's convenient then. Are you finally getting that tooth checked out?
Yeah, I've been putting it off for weeks, but I can't ignore it anymore. It's been bothering me.
You should definitely get it looked at. Dental problems don't just go away on their own.
I know. You sound like my mom.
Sorry, didn't mean to lecture you. But seriously, better to deal with it now than wait until it gets worse.
You're right. Anyway, enough about my teeth. Did you finish your part of the presentation for next week?
Most of it, yeah. I still need to add some charts and make a few slides look more professional. What about you?
I'm almost done too. I just need to make the titles bold and add some color to make everything stand out more.
That's smart. Our boss always appreciates when presentations look polished and well organized.
Definitely. I learned that the hard way last quarter when he pointed out that my slides were too plain.
Yeah, I remember that. But you've really improved since then. Your presentations look much better now.
Thanks. I've been trying to pick up some design tips here and there. It makes a difference.
For sure. Hey, are you going to the team lunch on Friday?
I'm planning to, yeah. Is it still at that Italian place downtown?
As far as I know, Tony made the reservation last week, so unless something changed, that's where we're going.
Good. I've been craving pasta lately. It'll be nice to get out of the office for a bit, too.
Agreed. We could all use a break. This month has been pretty intense with all the deadlines.
Tell me about it. I feel like I've barely had time to catch my breath between projects.
Same here. But we're getting through it. At least the worst part is over now.
True. Once we wrap up this current project, things should calm down a bit.
Hopefully. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the new software they're rolling out next month?
Yeah, I got an email about it. It's supposed to help us track our tasks more efficiently, right?
That's what they're saying. I'm a bit skeptical, though. We've tried so many different systems over the years.
I know what you mean. Some of them end up being more complicated than helpful.
Exactly. But who knows? Maybe this one will actually be useful. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. All right, I should probably get back to this spreadsheet before I lose my momentum. Thanks again for your help.
Anytime. Let me know if you run into any other issues.
Will do. Talk to you later.
See you around.
All right, so that was level B1. Did you notice the difference from the first conversation?
Definitely. The vocabulary was more complex, the sentences were longer, and the topics were more work-related.
Exactly. Now let's talk about some of those tricky words. The first one that's really important is sheet versus, well, a word that sounds similar, but is actually a bad word.
So, sheet, like Sarah was working on a spreadsheet, has a long E sound. But if you make that vowel shorter, you end up saying something very different and very inappropriate.
This is actually one of the most common examples teachers use to show why pronunciation matters so much. That long I sound versus the short I sound can completely change the meaning.
So remember, sheet with a long vowel is perfectly fine. The other one, not so much.
Moving on, we also heard the word message. Sarah asked Ryan if he got a message from Jennifer. Now, this one sounds similar to massage.
And that's a really important difference. Imagine asking your boss, "Did you get my massage?" instead of, "Did you get my message?"
That would be incredibly awkward. A message is communication, an email, a text, a note. A massage is when someone rubs your back or shoulders to help you relax.
Very different things. So pay attention to that vowel sound in the middle. Message has more of an E sound, while massage has an ah sound.
Great point. And finally, we heard Ryan talking about making text bold in the presentation. This can sometimes be confused with bald.
Right. Bold means thick or heavy text. It stands out more. You make words bold when you want to emphasize them.
But bald means someone who has no hair or very little hair on their head. Completely different meanings.
The pronunciation is slightly different too. Bold has more of an O sound, while bald is a bit flatter with an aw sound.
So again, context helps a lot here. If someone's talking about formatting a document, they're definitely saying bold, not bald.
Exactly. This level had more professional vocabulary and workplace scenarios, which is typical for B1. You're not just talking about everyday activities anymore. You're getting into more specific situations.
Right. And that brings us to our final challenge, level B2.
This one's going to be the most difficult. We'll hear two friends catching up with each other, and the conversation touches on more abstract topics and nuanced language.
The vocabulary gets even more sophisticated, and the word pairs we'll focus on require really careful listening. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Jim, it's been forever, man. How you been?
I know, right? It must be, 6 months since we last caught up properly? I've been all right, just keeping busy with work and everything. What about you?
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing well, actually. Started a new job about 3 months ago, so that's been keeping me on my toes.
Oh, really? I didn't know you switched jobs. What happened with the previous one? I thought you were settling in there.
I was, but to be honest, I wasn't feeling fulfilled anymore. The work itself was fine, but there wasn't much room for growth, you know? I felt like I'd hit a ceiling.
I completely understand that. Sometimes you just need a change of pace to reignite that passion. So what are you doing now?
I'm working as a project coordinator for a tech startup. It's challenging, but in a good way. There's so much to learn, and I feel like I'm actually contributing to something meaningful.
That sounds fantastic. I'm really happy for you. It takes courage to walk away from something comfortable and pursue something better.
Thanks, man. It was a tough decision at first, but I don't regret it. What about you? Are you still at the same place?
Yeah, I am. Things have been going pretty well, actually. I got promoted last quarter, so now I'm managing a small team. It's been an adjustment, but I'm enjoying the new responsibilities.
Hey, congratulations. That's a big step. How are you finding the management side of things?
It's interesting. Some days it's incredibly rewarding. Other days it's a bit overwhelming. You have to learn how to balance everyone's needs while still meeting deadlines and expectations.
I can imagine. Leadership isn't easy, but if anyone can handle it, it's you. You've always been good at bringing people together.
I appreciate that. So, how's everything else going? I heard through the grapevine that you and Emma broke up. Is that true?
Yeah, unfortunately. We called it quits about 4 months ago. It was mutual, though. We both realized we wanted different things in life.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. Breakups are never easy, even when they're amicable. How are you holding up?
Honestly, it hurt at first, more than I expected. But I've come to terms with it now. Sometimes relationships just run their course, and that's okay.
That's a really mature way to look at it. Have you been keeping yourself occupied? I know you tend to wander off into your own head when you're going through something difficult.
You know me too well. Yeah, I've been trying to stay active. I picked up running again, and I've been spending more time with friends and family. It helps to stay connected.
That's good to hear. And who knows, maybe being single for a while will give you time to figure out what you really want in a relationship.
Exactly. I'm not in a rush to jump in anything new. For now, I'm just focusing on myself and my career.
Smart move. Speaking of focusing on yourself, I've been wondering about something. Do you ever think about going back to school? You used to talk about getting a master's degree.
I do think about it from time to time. It's definitely still on my radar. But with the new job and everything, the timing doesn't feel right just yet. Maybe in a year or two.
Fair enough. There's no rush. You've got plenty of time to figure that out. What about you? Any big plans on the horizon? Well, Sarah and I have been talking about buying a house. We've been renting for years and we're ready to settle down properly.
That's exciting. Have you started looking at places?
We've been to a few open houses, but nothing has really clicked yet. It's tough finding something that ticks all the boxes within our budget.
I bet. The housing market is crazy right now. But I'm sure you'll find something eventually. Just don't settle for less than what you deserve.
Thanks, man. We'll keep looking. Hey, we should do this more often. I've missed hanging out with you.
Absolutely. Let's not wait another 6 months. Maybe we can grab dinner next week.
Sounds perfect. I'll text you and we'll set something up.
Great. It's really good to see you, Jim.
You too, Cillian. Take care.
Wow, that was definitely the most challenging one yet.
Absolutely. The vocabulary was more sophisticated, the topics were deeper, and the sentence structures were more complex. That's what B2 is all about.
Right. So let's break down some of those tricky words. First up, wonder versus wander.
Jim said, "I've been wondering about something," meaning he's been thinking or asking himself about something. That's wonder with an O.
Exactly. But then he also said Cillian tends to wander off into his own head. That's wander with an A, which means to move around without a specific direction or purpose.
The pronunciation difference is subtle but important. Wonder has that sound in the middle, while wander has more of an sound.
Another pair we heard was heart and hurt. When Cillian talked about his breakup, he said, "It hurt at first," meaning it caused him pain, emotional pain in this case.
Right. Hurt is about pain or injury, but if he had been talking about matters of the heart, he'd be referring to emotions, love, or feelings in general.
The vowel sounds are quite different. Heart has that long R sound, while hurt has more of an sound. They're easy to mix up if you're not paying attention.
And finally, we have fill versus feel. Cillian mentioned he wasn't feeling fulfilled at his old job. That's feel with the double E.
Exactly. Feel is about emotions and sensations, but fill, with an I, means to make something full or complete, like filling a glass with water.
The vowel difference is key here. Feel has that long E sound, while fill has a short I sound, similar to that sheet example we talked about earlier.
Absolutely. Now, what really set this conversation apart from the previous ones was the vocabulary level. We heard phrases like hit a ceiling, meaning reaching a limit in your career growth.
Right. And called it quits, which is a casual way of saying they ended the relationship. There was also come to terms with, meaning to accept something difficult.
We heard run their course when talking about relationships naturally ending, and on the horizon when discussing future plans.
Jim used ticks all the boxes, which means something meets all the requirements or criteria, and settle for means accepting something less than what you really want.
There were also expressions like keeping me on my toes, meaning something keeps you alert and challenged, and change of pace, referring to doing something different from your usual routine.
The topics themselves were more mature too. Career changes, breakups, personal growth, buying a house. These are real-life conversations that require more nuanced language.
Exactly. At B2 level, you're not just talking about what you ate for lunch or what you did yesterday. You're discussing emotions, motivations, life decisions, and abstract concepts.
Which is why it's so important to keep expanding your vocabulary and practicing with authentic materials. The more you expose yourself to this level of English, the more natural it becomes.
Well, that wraps up our listening challenge for today. We went from A2 all the way to B2, and hopefully you picked up some useful tips along the way.
Remember, the key to understanding these similar-sounding words is always context. Listen to the whole sentence, think about the situation, and the meaning will usually become clear.
And if you missed anything or want to practice more, check the description below for the full transcript and timestamps. You can replay any section as many times as you need.
Thanks so much for listening today, everyone. We really appreciate you being here.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, keep learning.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.